Starting a Tech Business is a 2012 book written by Alex Cowan. The book is about starting a software business and following a series of steps in order to get the business launched. The examples it provides suggest this book is geared to a business with a mid-sized team of 10 or so. All businesses need to begin with a well-fleshed out idea. Testing your idea out at its conception can save a lot of heartbreak later on. Test your idea on a market, ask questions, and use iterative processes. Go for the lowest hanging fruit and keep tinkering. Use cheap tools like Google Trends, AdWords, prototypes, and interview people to gather intel and build a business case. Document everything. Use the 4P model to evaluate your marketing strategy. How does your product solve an issue? What is its pricing model? What place is it sold? And what media streams is it being promoted to customers? Now evaluate your industry for competition. Use the Porter's 5 Forces model. Evaluate the bargaining power of your suppliers and buyers. From there, you'll want to check if the niche you're focused on will encourage new entrants, cause clients to move to substitutes, or switch between rivals within the niche. Lastly, develop a business model canvas to get a bird's eye view of your business plan, which will include the financial perspective. Leverage your product's key user stories. We use the MVC framework to make our product to fit the stakeholders and not the other way around. The model is the set of structures that organize the system's information. The view describes things that a user sees when they're interacting with the application. The controller consists of algorithms big and small that take a set of inputs and then return outputs. By way of the view, a user passes inputs to the controller, which then return outputs back to the view where they're displayed. Avoid writing your software from the ground up. Use components that already exist out there. Evaluate the different options for the architecture of your ideal system and choose what would best suit the needs of the system. Keep in mind what you're building on. What are the possibilities that it will change because it's not actually designed for your intentions? What programming languages would deliver for each part of the system? Consider the pros and cons for each working part. Getting the right team together is a project unto itself. Software teams come with personality differences, some which are better tuned to particular job descriptions. Who you put in leadership positions need to be people persons, where engineers and developers are your object-focused types. You could outsource some of the work required, just be clear with your expectations. Planning ahead for the software business involves deciding on levels of predictability or flexibility of the tasks the business will need to take in the next months. Whatever those tasks are, however, it's useful to put them into 3 categories: real value added, which is value for your customer, business value added, or no value added. Chunk the future of the project into milestones and those into smaller tasks that need to be completed. The Agile model could be used in conjunction with Gantt charts. Decide on a minimum viable product and iterations from there. Again, document everything and try to keep adaptable in your approach. As the business develops into an active concern, it is best to look into the processes that occurs for your teams. Keep the process ideation to small portions. If you try to look at the whole picture, there will be information overload. Don't micromanage people. Set up task lists for each job description along with a skills list. Especially important in the beta is to gather feedback from your customer so you can fix issues as they arise. This feedback needs to be accurately processed so that critical problems are addressed fast. The customer funnel model will help in developing your marketing strategy and find holes in the way you're getting more customers. Listen to customer feedback and keep focused on the product that you're trying to provide. Run your numbers to analyze your marketing and sales over time. Base your decisions on evidence and actual interactions. If something ends up not working, get an understanding of why and document it while avoiding blame shifting. In conclusion, starting a tech business is a quick read and it asks a lot of productive questions for any stage of a software business startup. It quickly gives tools to use, lists other books to read, and goes into example details if you want to dig deeper. I would recommend it as a quick reference book. I post book summary videos weekly. Give your book recommendation below. If you want to buy a random New Zealander a coffee, you can by using the link in the description. Stay safe and make good choices.